This is the only known photo of an alleged UFO taken in 1967 during the Vietnam War. An American serviceman was riding in the back of a truck in July when he spotted an odd object with his Electro 35 Yashica camera. The soldier took a picture of a cylindrical object hovering just above the country road. These sorts of experiences made UFO stories somewhat common during the Vietnam War. Published in the July 1973 issue of NICAP's UFO Investigator newsletter, it occurred at the South Vietnamese Nha Trang base in June 1966, which housed over 40,000 troops, including 2,000 American GLs. The witness, an enlisted soldier with Specialist 5 rank, recalled that soldiers had gathered to watch an outdoors movie projected with a diesel generator. They had watched the film for a while when the sky suddenly lit up with what they first thought were flares. It came from the north and was moving from real slow to real fast. Pilots on the base estimated the lights were about 25,000 feet high. Then the panic broke loose, continued the witness. It dropped right towards us and stopped dead, still about 300 to 500 feet up. It made this little valley and the mountains around look like it was the middle of the day. It lit up everything. Then it went up. It went straight up and completely out of sight in about 2 to 3 seconds. Everybody is still talking about it. The witness added that at the same time all the generators on the base stopped. Everything went black. Even the motors of planes ready to take off stopped. There wasn't a car, truck, plane or anything that ran for about 4 minutes, said this soldier. Later, a whole plane load of big shots from Washington got here to investigate. In 1968, 2 patrol boats in the demilitarized area between North and South Vietnam spotted a couple of UFOs approaching them. The 2 UFOs stopped and hovered over the first patrol boat. Crew members of the second patrol boat watched as a flash of light from the UFOs completely engulfed the first boat and destroyed it in a huge explosion. In another incident that left a worrisome memory in the young soldier that it was around 1966 or 67, the soldiers' patrol was pinned down in tall elephant grass when they saw something strange appear over the paddy fields and the palm trees. I could not believe what I saw, continued the soldier. The other guys saw it too, but afterwards were too shocked to talk much about it except to say, "What the hell was that?" His job as forward observer for his platoon was to call in the coordinates of enemy positions to US Navy ships. When he heard the shells first from the south, the American warships' positions, and then the objects began to receive artillery rounds in the other direction. From the north, the Viet Cong. The shells never made their target. They all exploded short. We could see the black smoke puffs in the air, as if almost implying the UFO was doing something to explode the shells prematurely. The object continued to hover, silently, gracefully, and in less than 5 minutes, shot straight up in the air and was gone. Many of the UFO cases in the Vietnam War are not verifiable and are mostly passed around as stories between soldiers, sailors, and airmen. One story is that of crewman Norman Burns' odd encounter with a water UFO near the end of the war. At the time, he was serving on the USS Kilau during a patrol of the Indian Ocean. One night in 1974, Burns and a friend were standing on the deck of their ship, idly watching another ship in front of them in formation. The ship was kicking up a trail of phosphorus algae behind it. Suddenly, the trail began to glow and got extremely bright. Out of nowhere, a ball of light leaped out of the water, rolled over the destroyer, and dived back into the water. Burns recalls that the ball was 30 to 60 meters in diameter. Everybody on watch also saw the light, but no one was able to identify what it was. An official report was filed from the Solomon Islands by a US Marine following an air raid alarm. The Marine and others witnessed about 150 objects grouped in lines of 10 or 12 objects each, seeming to wobble as they moved. Marine reported that the objects resembled polished silver and seemed to move a little faster than common Japanese aircraft. He described the sightings saying, It was the most awe-inspiring and yet frightening spectacle I have seen in my life.